Yes, hello everybody. This is Ray from Race United, and I'm back. Listen, a few months ago, you wouldn't even have me talk positively about GCV, but when I say GCV, it's all relative, right? So in this case, GCV is what um uh uh GCV could be anything. It could be anything. I put out a video out there, put out a video recently talking about GCV being my GCV being $314 and maximum, of course, during their closed network. Open network, no, it's not going to start at that. But we must remember something: the relevance of Pi Network's global consensus value GCV to the Pi Network community stems from its potential impact on the perception, adoption, and value of Pi coins within the enclosed network. The concept of JCV addresses the desire for a universally accepted measure of value within the Pi network ecosystem, offering benefits, guys, offering benefits such as trust, stability, and predictability. However, it's important to note that the Pi network is still in its developmental phase. Okay? It's in its developmental phase, and the exact implementation and implications of GCV may evolve over time. When I come back, is on. So in this particular video, I'm going to talk about a few points. I'm going to hope that you enjoy them. But hey, without further ado, you know what to do. Smash that like button, guys. Smash the subscriber button. Become a member. Let's watch the channel grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Guys, you're part of the community, so let's get it to grow. Anyway, the first point I'm going to talk about this particular subject is called, GCV's relevance, of course, is called standardized measure of value. Now, the Pi network community craves a standardized measure of value to determine the worth of Pi coins within the ecosystem. Do you get what I'm saying? GCV aims to address this need by establishing a common benchmark that participants can rely on when engaging in economic activities. By providing a consistent measure of value, GCV can foster trust and confidence amongst community members, facilitating transactions and exchanges. Do you know what I mean? And this whole video was inspired by one gentleman, and I thought, you know what, let me put it into action. And I'm putting it into action for all of you to see. And so the first point is actually really, really good because it talks about just we standardizing the measure of value. Now, when we're standardizing the measure of value, what we're trying to do is to say, okay, across the board, this is what we can all sort of generally accept, relatively, of course, not that it has to be forced on anyone, but what we're saying is, okay, in terms of transaction within the enclosed network, it makes it quite straightforward to say, okay, right, this is what we could use as a measure. You understand? As a measure. And if we can use that as a standardized measure to measure the value, then we get the price, of course. And that's what it is. Point number 2 is enhanced trust and adoption. Now, GCV has the potential to enhance trust and adoption within the Pi network community. When participants have a reliable measure of value, they can make informed decisions regarding the usage, exchange, or accumulation of Pi coins. This transparency and predictability can encourage more individuals to join the network as they can assess the value of participating in the Pi network ecosystem. Now, this is so interesting. A lot of people would say, well, I don't really, But then again, if people trust it, the trust is elevated, it makes it much easier for people, for pioneers to get engaged in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So listen, this is interesting. Let me remove the ticker. Let me remove the ticker. Yep, it looks nicer. So yeah, that is that. And then the third one is economic stability. So economic stability, the concept of GCV also appeals to the desire for economic stability within the Pi network community. By establishing a consensus value for Pi coins, GCV provides a reference point. Now, that's the thing, a reference point that can help stabilize the value of the cryptocurrency within the enclosed network. Enclosed network. That's what we state. Not the open network. You don't have control over the open network. This ability can inspire confidence amongst users, making Pi coins more attractive as a means of exchange or store of value. Listen, much respect, hats off to the gentleman that inspired me to do this, and I'm really ecstatic, happy about it. Let's move to point number 4. Facilitating economic activities. That's point number 4. Now, this is GCV's relevance we're talking about here. The introduction of GCV can facilitate economic activities within the Pi network ecosystem. With a standardized measure of value, participants can more easily engage in transactions. Yes, they can more easily engage in transactions, trade goods or services, and develop a thriving economic ecosystem. GCV offers a framework for determining the relative worth of assets, enabling participants to make fair and informed economic decisions. Very important. So again, point number 4, facilitating economic activities. I love it. And then, of course, the fifth one, which goes on to say, obviously, is the potential for value appreciation. So for those craving value appreciation, which means the value going up, GCV offers the potential for Pi coins to increase in value over time. As the Pi network ecosystem expands and gains wider adoption, the consensus value represented by GCV may reflect the growing demand and utility of Pi coins. This can contribute to the perceived value and attractiveness of Pi coins as an investment or store of value for community members. It is important to note that the exact implementation and implications of GCV within the Pi network are subject to change as the project progresses. Do you know what I'm saying? The Pi network community craving for GCV reflects their desire for a standardized measure of value, trust, stability, and increased adoption within the enclosed network. It's all about the enclosed network and what happens within. As the Pi network continues to evolve and mature, the role and significance of GCV will likely become clearer, providing valuable insights and opportunities for the community. Listen, the gentleman that inspired me to do this, shout outs to you. I'm definitely going to get your name and put it on Twitter, and we will have a proper conversation about this. Very knowledgeable things I've been talking about. He elaborated on it and, try to put into words what it was. And I'm going to do another content with credits to him, of course. And listen, thank you so much, my guy. But what you need to understand is GCV is definitely relevant to the Pi economy. However, we shouldn't put extortionate prices saying that's what's supposed to be. GCV is the word. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, it's the acronym GCV, Global Consensus Value. The act is we ensuring that we have a substantive value, a value that is standardized, of course, and a value or price that everybody would lean towards and say, right, we understand, we love it, and this is a great price, and we want to be part of it. Do you know what I mean? We want to buy into it rather than say, oh no, this is it, I don't like it, and then it creates division. We don't like that. We want unity, and unity means most of us, almost all of us, will have to agree on something. And I think, the relevance of GCV is clear, in the enclosed network is clear. So we should make sure that everybody understands that. Listen, I'm so happy about it, and I want you all to be happy about it. And let's, come for the next session and see how that one goes. The name is Ray. Channel is Rays United. Word is peace, and I love you.